The Bullets softball team was just a year old when our next inductee arrived in Gettysburg. Anyone who knows softball knows that a dominant pitcher can make all the difference. With her leadership and excellence in the circle, the program blossomed early. Let's hear more about what made Judy Lagan special and what earns her a spot in the Hall of Athletic Honor.
Judy Lagan began her softball career at Gettysburg in 1982, only 1 year after the program was established. She became a breakout star of the young program, and her impressive record as a pitcher helped to put Gettysburg softball on the map.
Judy and I came to Gettysburg the same year. She was recruited by the previous coach, so I got to know Judy as a freshman. And she's a very skilled pitcher. And she had a great, her personality was very fitting for a pitcher as well, because she cared very much about her craft and she worked hard at it. And even as a freshman, she had a maturity about her that I really appreciated. She was serious about her skills. She worked to get better, and she was a very successful pitcher for us. No one could put more pressure on her than she put on herself. She had high personal expectations, but also her teammates loved her. She was just a great teammate.
Competing in the first 5 years of Gettysburg College's softball history, Lagan held a total of 9 records, including most wins and strikeouts in a season and in a career. Her career win record at 35 games stood for 11 years. Her record of 195 strikeouts in a career stood for over 2 decades. Lagan was a 3-time All-MAC Southern Division All-Star and boasted a 1.16 ERA on her career. Over her 4 years, she led the new softball program to a 62-14 record.
She was incredible, and she was the person. You know, she went in there and she took up the challenge, and she dominated in the league right from the beginning. As I said, because she took her skills seriously, and she was a competitor, and she had high expectations. And so she was instrumental in really putting Gettysburg softball on the map. She and a number of other people that came at that time, but certainly she carried the load as the pitcher for the softball program. Judy was so consistent and so dependable. As a memory, it's just knowing, Judy's pitching, and she's going to give it her all, and we always have a shot when she's on the mound. You know, that was great. She had a good sense of humor about things. Her teammates loved her, and she was dependable. She was, as I said, she had high expectations, a fierce competitor. She was very bright, an excellent student too. So she was a great representative of what Gettysburg's all about. They had fought to even just get a field when we were there. We had a little field by the president's office, whatever's there now, in his backyard. And I don't think the president really appreciated us playing softball kind of in his backyard either. But you know, instead of complaining about these kind of facilities, they never did. They just played hard, competed hard, and Judy was a big part of that, and put softball on the map for Gettysburg. She had a whole number of gifts, pitching softball being just one of them. So, you know, I knew she's got it going on, and she's going to do really well in life. And so I felt so blessed to have known her and had her on the team. She was just one of those people.
Judy Lagan graduated from Gettysburg in 1985 with a Bachelor of Arts and earned her MBA from Iona College.
Why does Judy belong in the Hall of Fame? Because at a time when women's sports were still in their infancy, and the softball program was in its infancy, she came as a freshman and right out of the gate set the tone from the pitching mound. She dominated the league. She was an excellent teammate. She was an excellent student. She gave her all. She fought through serious knee injuries and still managed to have a very, very low ERA. And I think she's an excellent role model for young women as far as working at your craft, being good at it, taking pride in how you contribute to an organization. And she played a major role in our softball team's success.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Judy Lagan.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. That was fun. I'm so glad to be here tonight. Gettysburg has always been a very happy place for me, and I'm thrilled to be here to accept this honor. Thank you to the Orange and Blue Club and the selection committee for celebrating my softball career in this way and for including me among this group of talented athletes and coaches, or my fellow inductees. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you, Coach Higgins, for taking the time to make that video to reminisce about our years together. Can't think of a better person to have done that video, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, so thank you. My first year playing softball at Gettysburg was 1982, 40 years ago. Ugh. When the program was in its infancy. My freshman year was the second year of the program, and the first year with Kay Higgins as the women's softball and basketball coach. Coach Higgins was not much older than we were at the time. I think she was actually in her early 20s. But I'll never forget the deep respect she earned from all of her players that year and throughout her years at Gettysburg. And that, I think when I think back, I think it was just due to her knowledge and her love of the game and her desire to win. I'm forever grateful to Coach Higgins for being a mentor to me and such a positive influence throughout my own college years. So up to today, I was really, really surprised when I received notice of this honor a couple of years ago. I've been lucky enough to have been a member of two teams recognized by the Hall of Athletic Honor, the 1983 and 1985 women's softball teams. And as I think my teammates would agree, I was certainly not the most talented all-around player on our team. For example, my first time in the batter's box, I injured my knee, so that put an end to what could have been a stellar batting career, or not. And I think most memorably for me and my family is that I had this special ability to make Coach Higgins, my teammates, spectators, passersby, all hold their breath when I was put into the unfortunate situation of having to field a ground ball and throw it to first base, which at times just did not end well for me. But thanks to all the hours spent with my dad in the backyard practicing all kinds of pitches, I was somehow able to throw a fastball, changeup, riser, and drop pitch with the best of them. And I was just happy to be able to do this to help us win. And win we did, with records of 16-1 in 1983 and 22-2 in 1985. Thank you so much to all my teammates for all of these wins and for the fun we had. There are too many to name here, but I would like to mention a few who I was so lucky to have known and played with. Karen Tessmer, who's here tonight, who cheered me on from center field and represented the heart of our team. Sue Marshall, a superbly talented all-around athlete, and the other half of our pitching duo, who inspired me to be at my best. Denise Babinchak, who fielded my wild throws to first base, and who, along with Jenny Smith and Kim Miller, quietly led the rest of us by example. Lastly, thank you so much to my friends and family who are here. My lifelong friend and fellow Gettysburg alum, Ginger, thank you for choosing to live in Gettysburg for all these years after college, which gave me a great reason to visit over the years. Karen Tessmer, another lifelong friend, thanks for making the trip down from Boston during this busy time at the start of your basketball season at Worcester State. My mom is here, who spent many a game cheering while holding her breath in anticipation of that dreaded ground ball hit my way. My sister Karen, a talented and dedicated athlete who chose to pitch for Colgate, but we will not hold that against her. Thank you for inspiring me to follow your footsteps into women's sports. My nephews, Scott and Andrew, thanks, guys, for being with me here tonight. And a special shout out to Andrew for following my steps toward Gettysburg, where he played baseball and graduated with the class of 2016. Finally, to my dad, who's here in spirit, and who started this journey with me long ago in the backyard, coaching me every step of the way. I share this honor with you, Dad. Thanks very much.